Did you, Harper?
I think explicitly Harp's gonna hit me.
Harp's gonna hit all of us.
Harp's gonna hit me in the face in media res.
Chat.
Are we live?
Yeah,
We are.
yeah.
Okay. Hi, Harp's gonna hit us.
You remember the part
I
where
have no
counted
agency
down?
in this conversation right now.
I know. I'm just
hi.
being a little shit.
I can't. For posterity's sake, I'm miles away from all of these people right now.
As we previously discussed, location is a construct.
Thank you, Kit.
In some ways, it might be. However, in the sense that I could not hit you if I physically tried, right now.
Not with that
That's
attitude.
I got gas money. That's all I'm saying.
That's a loser's attitude. That's a quitter's attitude, Harp.
Why, Kit? Why are you?
Shit, call me a
offering to
loser
spend
then.
money
Goddamn,
for
I
Harp
guess.
to
Are we about
hit
to
you?
fight? I frequently want to fight my friends. That's one thing you got to know about me.
Okay.
Welcome back to Project Reach Extraction, everybody. It's our game where we're heisting. Before I get into like recap or any of that, let's just go around real quick. Everybody, introduce yourselves. Introduce your characters. This is a cyber heist game. Let's do counterclockwise this time, starting with Jeet going around to Logan.
All right. Rude. Hi. I'm JT. I'm at WeebJeet everywhere. My pronouns are they, them. Tonight, I will be playing orcaOS, also known as Orca. who's an antivirus software, a mechanical adept who fights dirty. It's the official sentence. They're an antivirus software who beats the shit out of people for fun.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Kit.
That's me. Hey y'all, I'm Kit. Tonight I will be Galahad. I promise. He is an arena fighter, and a corporate sponsored arena fighter, and a vengeful warrior who works the system.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Kian, the doctor.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, he. You can find me on the interwebs at uptight_chiffon, uptight-chiffon, depending on where you're hanging out. I am playing the doctor, who is an impulsive speaker who separates mind from body. I can take and perhaps repurpose memories.
Hell yeah. Finally cap us off. Cap us off, Logan.
Hello, everyone. My name is Logan, also known as Logan the GM. I am playing Hyena. My fun sentence is, I'm a lucky explorer who siphons data. I do the hacking, and I look at the things, and then I do a fun little hee-hee at all times, so...
Absolutely. For those of you who missed last time, which is including one of our players, so this will be new information for everybody. We are picking up really in the middle of it, in the thick of stuff. Last session there was a break where they had to wait for Enginesoft to close so they could go back in after hours undetected. And in that time, our arena fighter Galahad had a fight. Orca and Hyena, along with Nova, their kind of organizer / companion, started to watch the fight. They thought they should be in the arena, if not for entertainment, just to make sure he's okay, make sure everybody, everything goes smoothly. Nova unfortunately got some pretty concerning texts in the middle of that, including a confrontation from Orca, who revealed her real name, and included the fact that she accidentally leaked some of her wife's data to somebody. Wonder who that could be. She looked incredibly distressed and ran off, leaving you two on your own. Meanwhile, Galahad backstage was, feeling a bit nervous for the night. Galahad was walked to the stadium by his assistant, Anna, when he realized something was not quite right about his assistant, that the user ID was wrong, after a quick check-in with Hyena, who had maybe the first time ever where he couldn't tell who somebody was. Things escalated, and we're gonna jump right into this. Last time we left off on the line. No, really. Have a good fight. And when you're done, go the fuck home, Grace.
I don't think Galahad has words. For a long second.
If you'll excuse me. She doesn't say anything and just starts to walk.
Yeah, no, there's a look like he's looking for something to say but can't form words about it, and then she's gone.
Right as you think she's out completely. Oh, by the way, don't mention this to Anna. And continues to walk.
I mean, now I'm immediately concerned for Anna. Although less concerned, perhaps, than I was, because if Anna does not know what's going on, then she is likely not in immediate physical harm. So I think I'll just kind of take that for now. I don't know that I have time to poke that bear at the moment.
Yeah. Orca and hyena.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You two decided that whoever Galahad just sent a picture of needs the shit beat out of them.
Let's do it.
You begin rushing towards backstage where you met Galahad last. There is heavy security there, making sure explicitly that people cannot get in. How are you guys approaching this?
Can I hack someone's, like, I don't know, clearance badge and give us a couple of badges?
I think you could probably do that. Now, I will say, just because of everything that happened earlier today, security is on high alert.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for Galahad's fight. It's going to be a bit more difficult, but you can for sure do it.
Okay. What's my challenge on this?
Right. I have to make it challenge level.
I mean, you said I could do it. Can I just do it? Can it just be a thing?
I will say it's not like for you. Like this is really, really advanced. For you, it's a difficulty 3.
Okay. So that means 9? Wait, is that the math?
Yeah, 9.
Okay.
9 meter beat a 9.
Let me spend. I have 1 edge, so it costs me 2 points to lower that. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that with my intellect. Bring that down from 10 to 8, and I'll go ahead and try and get it because now it is a 6, right? Yeah.
Yes.
This is such a weird system that I have to do math this way. I'm saying it. Just
Yeah, it's subtraction, which is just weird to have for me in an RPG.
Okay, I didn't need to do that because I got an 11, but I'm still happy
Nice.
that I did it.
Nice. Solid. Yeah. You are able to just like bump into somebody. That little brush gives you enough that you need that if you take maybe a minute or 2, you can make some fake passes pretty easily.
I'd say, like, as we're running towards the back, I like bump into someone. I'm like, oops, sorry, and then immediately pull like the metadata effectively, because I don't think I can make a thing that like replaces our names and our pictures, but I
Right.
can give us the clearance. Also, the fact
Yes.
that we were back there before the fight began kind of gives a little credence that I guess these guys are supposed to be back here or something.
Sure. I super agree with that. I don't think a ton of people bat an eye, except for the fact that you two are booking it. In fact, right past the main entrance when you get there, the doctor, from your urgent message that you just received, you see these 2 acquaintances of yours go by at alarming speeds.
Whoa, hey.
Orca's gonna beat someone up. Let's go.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna go. The doctor is not equipped for combat, and I was gonna try to be like, did I have time to buy a weapon? But I think it's gonna be better if they walk in unprepared, so.
Hell yeah.
It's okay. I got all the weapons we're gonna need.
You 3 had your passes. I assumed that there's an additional one for the doctor.
I could probably get something right.
Yeah, if you made 2, you can surely make 3.
Hyena's just like, yeah, fuck the doctor. They'll figure this out. Okay?
Yeah.
You can handle this. You got this. You got
He's
this.
like, here, it's fine. It's been +1.
Once you get inside that entrance that you met Galahad in earlier, things are actually really chill. It seems like most of the people here were doing work pre-game, and now that it's about to start, a lot of their jobs are kind of wait until everybody is done / gets back. So it's definitely a different environment to the kind of excited roar of the crowd. That being said, you don't see Anna anywhere, or Galahad for that matter.
Okay. Anyone good at finding people? And then I look specifically at Orca, who is a finding machine.
I should be able to whip something up. Harp, I would like to use an ability in a manner that is not explicitly written in the ability, if that's okay.
Okay.
I can spend 2 intellect points to use the scan ability.
Okay.
Rather than scanning in just the main area, I would instead like to attempt to access the cameras of the stadium.
I'll let you do that. I'll for sure let you do that.
Yeah, then I will spend the 2 intellect points to do that.
A cursory scan. Kind of a HUD goes over your eyes, real quick, and there's truly an absurd amount of cameras. You being a computer are able to kind of face match the one that you know as Galahad, who, right as you are watching, Anna gets in close, says something to Galahad, and begins to walk away. You are able to pretty decently estimate where this place is. It's maybe a 2-minute walk.
I think Orca starts running.
Okay, follow that virus protection program.
I will sprint.
Just Orca is fine.
As you sorry, I almost knocked something over. As you are kind of making your way through the hallways, you have a pretty exact sense of where you are, Orca. The other 2 of you are kind of just taking their word for it at this point. And you hear something you're not supposed to, which is around the corner to your right. There's kind of a 4-way intersection. To your right, you hear, "Don't tell Anna about this." And you hear footsteps.
Are the footsteps moving in a way that I can intercept them?
They look to be moving towards where you're at,
Okay. And
or they sound to be moving.
just about how busy would you say this hallway is?
There, you can probably see 3 people right now. This is a very secluded area. Generally, there's like 1 security guard and 2 fighters that are pretty quickly moving their way out of your sight.
Okay. If I could keep a beat on the one that we're after, and hopefully wait till there's at least 1 person left in this hallway that isn't them.
Okay.
I'm sort of waiting for an opportune moment. I have a cipher that I'd like to use to sort of hedge my bets here.
Okay. Yeah, not gonna beat around the bush. I think that you wait for a second. This person is doing something that kind of means the footsteps slow. And the time comes.
Okay. So step around the corner, the top of their cane pops open, and a sleep inducer shoots out to the 1 witness. And then Orca is going to just full, like, arm over throat, slam Anna into the wall.
Okay. This is your first combat roll of the game, right?
Yes, it is.
This is a difficulty 4.
Okay.
Most of your checks are going to be difficulty 4 for as long as you are in combat with this person.
Is that might or speed are we spending for this?
I'm gonna say this is might.
Okay. Then I'm going to spend the 3 might points to lower that to 3. Okay. And we are looking at a 10 on the die.
Nice. So you get it. This person was not looking at you, which is weird because the footsteps were going towards you, but is doing something on a transmitter facing away from you. So you are able to get the jump. She looks back briefly, makes eye contact with you right before being slammed into the wall.
Greetings. I believe you have some information we would like to discern from you.
What? I don't. What
Please do not make this difficult.
are you talking? Who are you?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
My name's Anna. I don't have. What?
Uh,
Are you two with? Can you call them off, please?
well, first of all, I just want to point out, we know you're not who you say you are, so let's just leave it at that. Second of all, I would answer my friends' questions unless you want, more than your, I guess, body thrown against a wall. That's not intimidating to you. That's scary to me.
There's
That's scary to
plenty
you?
more.
What's
May I
up?
use an ability?
Pitch it to me. I can't
Um,
guarantee yes, but probably.
I have an ability called aggression. My words twist the mind of a character within short range who is able to understand me, unlocking their more primitive instincts. As a result, they gain an asset and might-based attacks rolls for 1 minute. I would like to. Not Anna said that's intimidating, correct? Like, did this person say that out loud in response
Yeah,
to Hyena?
she essentially said that's intimidating to you.
Okay.
As yeah.
I think the doctor kind of laughs and glances at Orca and just says, "Are you really going to take that from someone like this?" And I would like to use that to use my aggression ability. Cost me 2 intellect points. So Orca, you have an asset on all attack rolls for the next minute.
Hell yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to give you one more opportunity before things get bad for you. If you'd like to meet Andromeda's gaze, I highly suggest that you continue to not tell us what we want to know.
Sorry, I'm a bit confused. I'll play. Why do you think you can do that to me? Is this just a threat?
Look me in my eyes. Tell me you think it's a threat.
You must think I'm stupid.
Assuming
Okay.
stupidity of one's opponents is inadvisable in combat. I don't make threats.
Can I just say something really quick? We don't really know who you are, not Anna. And to be honest, that's not good for you because I don't need people I don't know around. And frankly, the less I know, the less reason I have to stop Orca here from just, I don't know, ramming you against this wall constantly. So give me some info. Tell me why we shouldn't just destroy you and then get the hell out of here. Or, I don't know, we could just do that. That's fine. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but we figured out that you aren't who you are supposed to be. We have these skills to get out of here. No problem.
Okay. Yeah. The reason you shouldn't hurt me is because that would probably not end great for your friend. And I don't know, do you need more than that?
I mean, some details would help. Like, in what way? They're gonna get a head cold? Let's come on, details.
I'm not using it as a threat.
Okay.
I'm using it. I'm going to walk away.
I don't think so.
Hyena, I need you to make a defense roll.
Okay. I'm being hurt? I'm being attacked?
Yep. 4. Difficulty 4.
Okay.
This
Can I
is
reduce
speed
it?
check?
Okay. I'm gonna then immediately spend 2. I have an edge in speed, so I'm going to reduce that by 2.
Nice. Nice.
I took the extra edge thing, so I have an edge in everything. So,
Oh, nice.
well, I got a 1. Oh yeah.
Orca, as she is in between movements, like it's not like she prepared for anything. Like you would have expected this when she, like right after she said something or when she started to make a move, but like she was in the middle of a movement. It was incredibly unnatural. Completely disappears from your lock that you had on her, and Hyena, you feel something sharp in your back.
Oh,
I'm
that's
going
new.
to walk away now.
That's new.
Sure is. Pats you on the shoulder.
But that's not exactly how I see this working. And I turn around, if you'll let me.
Yep.
And I mean, I can't just go walking around with my laser rifle on hand, but we're in a digital age, so like,
Yep.
I just reach into my coat and like full anime style pull out something that is too big. And I'm like, I at least got to go a little bit, tit for tat and shoot point blank if I can.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to have this like kind of turn order that has been established where Orca took the first action, then the doctor, then you. So we're going to loop back around after that.
Okay, I just roll to see if I do something right. Again, I have edge in that, so I'm gonna take from might. Reduce that by 1, so I have to beat a 9, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm figuring this game out one way or another.
Hell yeah.
I have horrible luck. I'm gonna throw this dice in the garbage. I got another 1.
This is insane to you because this you have gotten into scraps before with people much more unsavory looking than this. You pull out the rifle and she holds the tip of her finger to it. The top of it gets blown off and nothing else happens.
I don't like this. I do not like this.
May I do something?
Yes. Yeah, sure.
Is this person wearing like a jacket or has a bag or something that I could slip something into?
Yes, actually. There is a little kind of like satchel that pretty much every person who works here carries.
In the chaos, can I drop something in that bag?
Make a speed check. It's gonna be 4 just to contest.
I'll spend. I don't have any edge, so I'll spend the 3.
Okay.
I don't know math. I don't have any skills that I can apply. That is a 19 on the dice.
All right. What are you slipping into?
I am dropping one of my ciphers. It is called the remote viewer. For 1 hour, the user can see everything going on in the vicinity of the cipher, regardless of the distance between them.
Okay. Yeah, you do this unnoticed.
Cool. The doctor does that and then just kind of backs up like, oh, this is beyond me, and gets out of the way of everybody.
Okay. Orca.
It's time for the funny part of Orca to come out. The cane unclicks all the way, and I'm going to spend a vial of poison, whatever we want to flavor it as,
Sure.
as a small dagger emerges from the tip of their cane, and they're just going to plant it in fake Anna's shoulder.
Okay. Let's make an attack.
Coming to the
And
defense.
you have the +1, I believe, from.
I have an asset, yes.
Yep.
Is that taking the difficulty down, or is that +1 to the die roll?
I believe it's a +1 on the die.
Okay. I'm gonna spend. Does being trained in the weapon, does that reduce the difficulty at all, or how does that work?
Yes. It reduces it by 1, I believe.
Okay, 2, 3.
Oh, actually, it does reduce the difficulty by 1. Sorry. Yeah, correct that.
So I'm rolling for a 6 or higher.
Yeah, seems like it.
That's easy. That's a 15.
All right. Yeah, you plant this in fake Anna's shoulder, and she like lets out a yelp of pain that seemed to be unplanned. You surprised her with this. We're going to move away for a second in the middle of this. Galahad, you know the way to your entrance to the stadium. You don't need Anna to guide you there. It's kind of a formality at this point. You hear some muffled voices and then a yelp of pain from Anna. Or not Anna, whoever you just talked to.
I think, like, this is a secluded enough hallway, but I know better than to know that than to think that I'm not being watched. So I think I've had luck reaching hyenas, like instant messaging or whatever, right? So I think hyena just gets a ping. That you
in like a second you get a response, like an image of I'm assuming there's an emoji for a hyena at this point, and like a knife and like blood afterwards, and then like a frowny face.
I'm bleeding.
You receive this message. On one end, there is sounds of combat, and on the other end, there is the roar of a crowd. What do you do?
So much is happening right now, and I do not have the brain cell to process it.
I'd say like a second later, then you get a like surprise face, needle, and then just screaming woman.
Hyde is so good at texting and emojis. That's crazy.
I'm thinking about receiving these text messages out of context. These are very concerning emojis that you've sent to me. I think, okay. I mean, there was a scream. It would be understandable to investigate that, right? Am I going to be late to my fight if I do anything else?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely. Like running. I think we'll sort of run back around the corner just enough to get eyes on people.
You see what has been described.
Just like looking at hyena. I thought you were dying.
I got stabbed in the back.
As after not Anna yelps from pain, go the fuck home. Go to the fight. Just leave, please, now.
I think there's a very upset sort of look. And Galahad will back away. But I think Galahad like backs away around the corner, and then you see essentially what is perhaps just a little critter, just a little bug scuttling across the floor. And I would like to deploy my cipher as well. Which is an infiltrator.
Okay. Tell me what this does.
This is just a little guy. It's, I would say, similar in concept to what the doctor has done, but I don't know that the doctor has done this. And it's just a little critter that is deployed and essentially like records not so much like video like what the doctor's doing, but like I think a map is how it was described, kind of. And I would like to essentially have this thing follow not Anna for the duration of its life.
Okay.
I just want to know where she's going.
Yeah.
but sort
You
of
can
setting that in
absolutely-
like a tab in the background of my HUD or whatever. Like I don't have the brain cell to pay attention to that right now, but I need to know where she gets off to after this. But there is very little that I can do right now. So Galahad has essentially made sure that you are all alive and then backed the fuck away.
Yeah, Anna looks, frankly, like a little relieved at this. Are we still gonna keep fighting? You're muted.
Are you going to give us the information that we want?
You don't even know the information you want.
Orca hits her again.
Yeah. Or you just went in turn order.
Yes.
And she has not gone for a bit. She does weirdly the exact same strange unnatural movement that you saw her do before. The doctor, I want you to make a defense check for me.
No. I have done nothing wrong.
Why is she
Speed check of
stabbing
4,
everyone but
please.
me?
I am trained in speed defense.
Okay. Then it's a 3.
16 on the dice.
Nice. You just feel a presence behind you. Faster than like your eyes and brain can perceive things. It's just, you know, there's a presence behind you and you get out of the way. And an arm misses you that was going to go around your abdomen, and you turn around and Anna is there holding a knife that is glitching. That is in fragments being, put here and there. Just the area around it seems incredibly unstable.
Shit, that wasn't me. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Okay.
You don't want to do this. I'm telling you. I'll give you the same advice. Go home. You're in over your heads.
I don't even know why you attacked me.
What?
I cannot fight you. If you would like to go, I am certainly not the one stopping you.
Okay. Actually, sure. These two can't fight me either. Let's be real. And she's going to turn to walk away.
I'd like to use a power.
Okay.
I'm going to spend an intellect point to use onslaught again against her mind.
Okay.
It says I make an attack, so I assume I have to roll for it. And this is going to deal intellect damage.
Okay.
So that's one intellect point, and then bada bing, bada boom. What would the difficulty for that? Is it 4? It's just
4
at
still.
default?
Yep.
And then, does my asset apply to this, or is it just for might attacks?
I believe it's just for might attacks, right, Kian?
Correct.
Your aggression? Okay.
Okay.
Then, yeah, it wouldn't apply.
Okay. 4 would be 12, 13.
Okay. Then, yeah, you hit with this as she walks away. She just grabs her head. Turns around. I'll give
Orca
you.
puts the knife up.
Alright, you 3. Whatever information you want, I will give to you if you stop fucking bothering me. I mean, completely. Leave your mission. It's a pain.
This group isn't quite great at leaving things alone. I'm gonna be honest. It's not quite the skill that we have. It's not quite why we were brought here. So maybe make a different offer.
No. I believe in you. Don't worry.
Well, you just stabbed me in the back. So I'm not okay with that.
You're lucky I didn't use this knife.
Okay, so that wasn't in my back.
No, that wasn't.
Okay.
You'd know. Or I guess you wouldn't.
Great. Okay. Hey, Doc, question for you.
I'll try to have an answer.
You know that thing that you do for your job with the taking of the thing?
I do.
She looks like she could be relieved of some information, don't you think?
I think that's possible.
Okay, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna take what we want, and you probably won't remember us, so it's not that big of a deal. So, let's do this. And I guess I want to try and tackle her?
Okay. You are close enough to her since you were in pretty decent proximity to the doctor and during this conversation that, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to spend 4 might points to reduce this down to a 2. So that hopefully, there's a
Okay.
better chance of me doing it.
Yep.
Let me do the math first because I will forget if I don't. Okay, you know what? I could lie, but that was a 3. So
This is not your friend.
You.
no, I just don't. I'm not rolling anything ever again.
I appreciate the honesty because it's honestly kind of cool.
Honestly, I just hate that I rolled another dice that got a natural 20 the first time when it doesn't fucking matter. So this dice want to tell a
So
story.
sad.
The dice
That's
want to
so
tell a
sad.
story.
It's their prerogative. You go to tackle and she just steps out of the way. It's an unnatural movement. She almost glitches out of the way. And she goes right up to the doctor and says this. Okay, Doc. Do you want him? You're muted.
You're
Sorry,
muted,
we can't hear you.
I would like for us to get what we want first before I do what I do.
I'm bored. I can deal with you all when you come to me. It'll just be a bit annoying. Anything you want to tell me before I leave? There's nothing you can do about it. I'm going to let you know right now.
I'm just very confused. You have a lot of confidence.
I'm a god.
Bold. It's a little bit arrogant. It's not. Okay. You also seem very afraid of something.
Okay. Yeah. Is that what you
I can
wanted?
see that we're nothing if not persistent. Maybe we could help with that.
Do you want to help me?
I was
You
dragged
could-
into a fight, and I can't fight. So, what I want is to help my friends. And if helping
Okay.
you helps my friends,
There are 3 people I'm currently interested in. Not like that.
no judgment if you are.
One of them, actually, you know all 3 of them. I'll take that back. One of them was just here. Her name is Merlot Clark Harrisburg. You know her as Casanova. But she doesn't seem to be that much of a problem right now. The other one goes by Rose Talia, the real name Nephany Piro. We have history. The third one, I think you can assume. Your secret's a little dear to me, so.
And you would like us to acquire, to remove?
I want. Okay. Okay, if we're actually doing this, I want you to get the two that are organizing this, right? I want you to get the two of them together and then let me know and keep them there. And I really just want her to him to listen.
Was that a harp misnomer or a slip up, or was that?
Nope.
Okay.
That was a Anna slip up.
Okay. Nova and Rose are not keen on listening to me, but my friends might be able to do something about that. Galahad does not seem to listen to anybody. But I am curious. So, maybe down the line, you'll find yourself notified. And if you would like any updates, I would like to hand not Anna one of my cards. And I'm going to bring up a physical business card. Physical. Not just send the information over.
Okay. She takes it. Thanks, I'm sure she'll need this. You said down the line, I will warn all three of you if you get too much further down that line, there's a point of no return.
I suspect we've all heard that before. Darling, you're not really doing much to convince us, but...
You haven't heard it from a god.
You sure do take... Fuck. You sure do take a knife wound like someone who isn't a god.
Let's see if she does. And she is going to take this glitching dagger and throw it into the air. And in the middle of the air, there is a change in her eyes.
Oh no.
And she looks incredibly confused for a second before this knife nicks her shoulder.
No.
And her expression turns blank and she begins to glitch.
Harper.
Just like the knife did. She is frozen in place and begins to essentially deconstitute in front of you.
Is there any time for Orca to interject and attempt to reroute whatever this is?
Yes. Or reroute the knife?
Reroute
or
the effect.
You can try. This is not going to be an easy check. This is a difficulty 8 check. You were made for this, but so that's the only reason it's possible.
May I sweeten the pot? May I attempt to negotiate for a moment here? Reducing the difficulty in terms of Orca taking this on herself. Because they noticed that fake Anna wouldn't stab them. Or made no effort to retaliate against her attacker for all intents. So, following a hunch, just attempting to take this effect on.
I will say, if this is your intent, you can reduce the difficulty by 1. I'll give you 1 for that.
Okay.
Can I use the helping action? Because I'm also familiar with kind of at least routing data one way or another to reduce that difficulty by 1.
Sure. I think what you do, Hyena, is that you kind of clear a bit of the chaos in the data that is around this person, because not only is she glitching, but she is corrupting the space around her. So giving like a path through, essentially, for Orca to do this uncorrupted. I think you can lower the difficulty by another 1. Yes.
So we're down to 6.
Yep. 18 or higher.
I'm going to spend 2 intellect points to
Okay.
reduce it another, and then it's
To 5.
2 more after that, or is it 1 more after that because of the
It's 2
other?
more after that.
Okay. We're going to take it down another 1 more to 4. Would you say that repairing machines would also apply to this as a trained skill?
This unfortunately would not.
Okay. That's fine. We can do 4. Are we on a meets it beats it game?
We are in a meets it beats it game.
12.
Okay. What I will say is that since you lowered the difficulty by 1 to take on this, essentially, you were made to nullify this. You are going to take 4 points of might and 4 points of speed and 4 points of intellect as damage.
Okay.
Ooh.
But Anna is like slowly uncorrupted. As this like slow process starts, it sounds as if her like voice module was being made to make random noises at random notes. It's not like somebody babbling, it is rather like vocal cords being violently readjusted. As she slowly regains her form back on her hands and knees. What just happened?
I want to immediately read her data and see if this is Anna now. Like I want to know if the shift has completely changed.
Yeah, this is easy for you. This is not the same user ID that you had seen before.
Okay, and once I confirm that, this is like within seconds. Where's the dagger? What happened to it? Is it just gone? Does it no longer
This is
exist?
very interesting.
It clattered to the ground beside her,
Mhm.
and it is no longer glitching.
Okay. I want to reach for it like as soon as I can and stash it.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna be like, kind of. I was hurt. That's new. I don't like it. Hyena's kind of quiet and just kind of standing in a corner there.
That hurt.
Yes, I can imagine it did.
She's clean now. Whatever that was, isn't here.
Forgive my nonchalantness around the current situation. But, Doctor, do you suppose those memories are still technically Anna's? If perhaps we could find a trace of it, we might find out who we're up against.
The doctor looks absolutely stunned, has just been standing there blankly in front of Anna as this has all happened. Because the doctor does not deal in physical changes. The doctor strictly deals with the mind and has never seen something like this happen before, and feels very, very guilty right now. And kind of blinks. It's not a bad idea, Um, would you mind if I poke around a little bit? And I'm just gonna start doing it anyway. I don't give her a chance to answer.
She looks up at you while you're doing this. There are tears running down, but these tears have tiny, small glitches through them. It's not normal, like water. And as you are starting to poke, you're poking around in her brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to. It's kind of like rewinding a tape, right? You see you and Hyena and Orca talking to her, and then when you get to the point in the tape where things were glitching on her end, you physically recoil in overwhelming pain. This is the first time you have ever felt anything from a memory.
How long has this whole thing taken place since we found not Anna to now?
Probably 3.5 minutes, maybe.
I turn to Orca. There is something there. I don't know how much she remembers past what just happened, and I don't know if I want to look. But I will if that is what the group decides.
If you are in pain from looking, I don't recommend continuing to do so. I've grown quite weakened by taking on whatever was affecting her, but I think we have enough information to return to the group with.
Hyena, thoughts?
Your name's Anna, right? And he looks at the PA.
Yeah, I have to do. I'm so tired.
Take the
I
day
imagine-
off.
I don't think I can.
Besides how troubling it is that your work doesn't allow you to take the day off, I have a question. What is the last thing you remember?
She looks really confused for a second. Yeah, Oh, okay. Yeah. I was getting ready to help Galahad. I'm Galahad's PA.
Mm-hmm. We're Galahad's friends.
By the way. This is just why. Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think he had those. Not sorry, that's not in my place to say. But I'm glad you are. There was a weird glitch on my badge, and I wiped it off. And that's it. And then I was here, and I looked at everybody out, and then it hurt really bad, and then it didn't. Thank you. Did you guys help me? Were you the ones that I assume since you're talking that you're not the ones that did that, I guess.
No, it wasn't us.
Cool.
Do you have your badge still?
Yeah.
Can-
And she pats around for it, and she doesn't.
Okay.
The doctor, as they're talking, you notice something else. The watcher, the data collector, the video camera, essentially, that you planted on Anna, is not there right now. It is somewhere else.
I am allowed to perceive where that somewhere else is.
It is on the highest floor of Enginesoft Tower. Location-wise. You are also able to see through it? Or no?
I can
Or is
see
it just
everything
like a
going on
tracker?
in the vicinity of the cipher. It does
Okay.
not specify if I can hear anything, so I don't think I can.
Okay. Then you take a second in the middle of this conversation. Are you gonna take a second, I should ask, to
Oh, yeah.
look? You see a woman who has ratty, matted hair, is in pajamas, and has a pretty gaunt figure. And she is just kind of squatting down next to this thing, observing it, looking essentially straight at you, if she could see through it,
Terrifying.
and just talking. As if it could listen.
I'll kind of come back to, well, I don't know where your badge is, but I think I know where the person who did this is. Sorry, it's a little jarring to jump like that. I left that person a gift, and I think she took it with her to the top floor of the tower.
The place we're going to in less than, 24 hours? Or not even, a couple hours.
Good.
She does indeed know that it is there, I should clarify.
Okay.
In my defense, I thought that it was just going to live in a bag. I didn't
No,
think she was going to pull it
that's
and
fine.
take it with her.
That's fine.
She's unnerving.
Who is it? Did you get like a name, or what do they look like?
Gaunt pajamas. Really strange choice considering we can wear whatever we want here. Something about her hair made it give the sense that she probably doesn't ever take care of it.
You don't need to take care of hair in here.
The point, she has chosen to have an appearance of having never taken care of her hair.
Really quick. I'm sorry, I'm going to divert attention for something because there were secrets that I know.
No worries at all.
Harp,
Mhm.
when I was investigating Casanova,
Mhm.
I remember you said that there were two other names that were accompanying her. One, Marcus Washington. I don't think this is Marcus Washington. But then there's Narcissa Desalina, I believe.
Narcissa Decelia.
Yeah. I couldn't find anything on that woman. For all I knew, she didn't exist. But do I have a picture?
No, I don't. I do not think this person has any pictures of them
But
anywhere at all.
But somehow they work for Enginesoft. Okay. I'm putting that in my number. If corkboard situation, it's a picture with yeah, exactly, kid. Corkboard. There's like a picture of a face, but it's got a question mark in the center of it, and I'm putting, who is Desalina? Yeah, words are hard. Desalina. because I know there's a connection between them and Casanova, and that they just up and disappeared.
Yes. You, it is, I just want to be 100%, like, totally clarified. These two examples are the only examples of that you've ever had. You are, like, the best person at collecting data that might exist on the planet. And these are the only two people that you have found without data on them. Only two examples, I guess.
I think we should go somewhere private. I have a few ideas.
Yeah, we should probably not, if something happens, something could come out in the middle of nowhere, attack us with a knife. I don't know, I just don't like being here right now. I just got hit real hard.
I will turn to Anna. Do you have somewhere to go? That's
yes,
not
yeah.
here.
I should. Oh,
You should go somewhere else if you're going to stay online.
okay. And she tries to get up, and she falls. I think I'm gonna log out.
I think that's an excellent idea. We'll take care of Galahad while you're gone.
Okay, thank you. Can you not tell?
Not a word.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And as she deconstitutes in a much more peaceful way. Galahad.
Hey.
You are getting ready for the fight with that very concerning image in your head.
Mhm.
Luckily, you didn't see everything that went down.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
The announcer. And in the right corner, the hero. It just starts like rambling all like 50 titles about you. This might be the last match if you win of the season. So they're really pumping it up. And finally, after what feels like minutes of him talking, Galahad! As your doors open.
Yeah, I think the second the doors open, it is an instantaneous sort of switch. Like if somebody was looking at him, it would be like concern and like clearly like doing something in his like behind the eyes on the HUD. And the second the doors open, it's lights, camera, action. But I think on occasion throughout this fight, there's just like occasional question marks being sent to probably Hyena, of just like, no context, but you can probably assume like, just tell me you're not dead. But yeah, absolutely walks out, does the, like getting the crowd hype, classic shit. We have to keep the show on the road so that people don't know what's going on.
It's lights, blinding lights in your face. The roar of the crowd is almost deafening. You're used to it. You're the first one out. The announcer begins to say, and in the other corner, the menace, the man with the scythes, and just like absolutely does the exact same thing. Max Mogul! The crowd goes wild.
Oh yeah.
And his doors open. And you wait for him to come out. And you wait for him to come out. And the crowd starts getting quieter.
I think there's a moment where Galahad tries to like play it up as if it's a bit. I think like, oh, somebody's afraid of the big fight. Maybe somebody needed a little more practice, you know, just like sort of going on, and then like in the background, like trying to, I guess, like ping Max. Like we've done this before. We've like had little like, I don't know, behind the scenes like quips going back and forth during a match, because this is it's for TV, you know. So I think then Max probably gets a message that's like, is this a bit?
Your message could not be delivered. And that's where we're gonna go to break, everybody. We're gonna take a quick 10-15 minute break, get up, stretch your legs, get hydrated, maybe eat a little snack if you want. But yeah, we're normal.
We're perfectly normal people.
Couldn't
Doing
have
normal
said it
things.
better
We're
myself.
having a regular time, everybody.
Yeah.
As Harp said, go stretch leg, go have a drink, use restroom perhaps even, or pet your cat or dog or exotic animal. We will be right back.
afraid.
Welcome back, everybody. Nobody's afraid.
Hi.
Ignore the captions.
Toes do not belong in bags
Stop.
of cheese.
Why? Come on.
I just gotta
Neither
make
do
it
Unrelated to
fingers.
anything.
No
Fingers
appendages
do.
should be in your
Fingers do.
cheese.
You're
No.
grabbing your
Fingers do
cheese.
not.
Yeah, but
You
they
don't
should be
want a
attached to
loose
something.
finger in there.
Hey everybody,
Just
welcome
saying
back
in
to
general.
Project Reach Extraction. Has anybody here watched Death Note?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
Well,
Kit, you haven't watched it, have you?
No, I
God
haven't
damn it!
finished. We don't have those fancy moving pictures where I'm from, y'all. I was
Talk
literally,
about where you're from.
I literally grew up under a rock and was raised in a barn. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That is literally my life.
Anyways, I was just thinking over break that the person that you saw, the doctor, looks a lot like L, like a slightly more feminine L from Death Note.
To the
and that's
internet.
the first L.
To
Spoilers?
the
I don't know.
internet, they say.
Oh
my
Jesus
gosh.
Christ.
Kit is googling who L is, the most cosplayed
Wait.
character in anime history.
Like,
In the year of our
I've
Lord and
seen
Savior,
this
Well, I think that's
2024.
Junko
Yeah.
Enoshima, actually.
Is it?
I think there's a Guinness World Record that it was Junko, although Guinness World Records is kind of.
Who submits that?
Junko.
Yeah, that's fair.
I could see
Um,
either of those. I've seen this fool before.
Okay, so this person looks like L.
Yeah.
Femme L, if you will.
Yeah.
L, but it's
Fell.
E-L-L-E.
Lisa Simpson. Thank you, Spence.
That's crazy. That's
Why would
crazy.
you say something so bold?
That was crazy. The three of you who aren't named Galahad, or three of you who
No.
You got it.
Orca, the Doctor, and Hyena. After this happens, what are you doing in the immediate aftermath?
I'm going through the door that Galahad went through.
Really?
He said that we would take care of Galahad. I gotta keep eyes on Galahad. The
You
doctor
would-
does not ever feel guilty for anything and feels so fucking bad about what just happened to Anna.
Okay. So you're not entering the arena. You are just following
no.
Okay.
I'm just following
Okay.
Galahad.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
Cool.
fist fight with everybody else. It's fine.
Cool. Yeah, what are the other two of you doing? Are you following or
I mean, I have
And now?
nothing. I have nothing else that I can do, like realistically. So I will. Real quick, the dagger that was just there. Can I scan it just to see? Is it a normal dagger now? Completely, nothing weird about it.
it was in fact you can tell that it was purchased from EngineSoft Tower 20 minutes ago.
Oh, great! So this was like. Okay. But it's no longer.
Dagger.
Yeah, this is a normal model of a dagger, like the cheapest, most common one. There's nothing weird about it as far as you can tell.
Okay. I guess I'll keep it because my gun got destroyed somehow.
Nice.
So.
Or your gun wasn't destroyed. Sorry, the bullet from the gun was destroyed. Your gun is still intact.
Okay. Oh, okay. Then I would have shot her, which would have been
Oh.
bad because that was Anna. Ooh, okay. Well, it's good that I interpreted that incorrectly.
I still stabbed her with a knife.
And poison, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Digital poison.
Microdosing Andromeda's gaze is essentially what I've been picturing.
That's crazy. So you two are sticking around or heading out?
Well, the doctor's
Um,
not going
yeah.
anywhere conducive to us meeting in a private place, so
Yeah. Oh, actually, I think I want to change what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to find where the hell Nova is.
Okay.
She left, and now I'm like, I got questions.
Yeah. When she left, she implied that she was going to talk to her wife.
Which I know who she is. I don't know where she is.
You can try texting her. The last time anybody tried texting her, it wasn't delivered. But you can try again. It's been like 20 minutes, so.
I guess I'll send a message to her. So since I don't know where she is, I'll send a message saying we had an incident. Someone is onto our plans. Where are you at?
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna follow the doctor, I guess, because I think us separating might not be the best plan, and at least try. I'm just following the doctor at this point.
Okay. After a little bit, you do get a message back. As the announcer is kind of shouting things, and you and the doctor are waiting around, backstage essentially for Galahad. You get a message back that just says, "Do you need me there?" Period.
We can meet up. That's what I just put as a message.
Give me like 30, please.
You see, she gets like a red, but like no response from Hyena.
Okay. Orca. What's up? Are you just chilling with them?
I'm thinking, because Orca does have business with someone here. But they're unsure if now would be a wise time to address every situation on the table. Can we see that Galahad is out in the arena alone from our standpoint?
Yeah. This is you are just kind of, I guess at this point it would be a little bit before that. So like it would be Galahad just kind of walked out and the announcer's in the middle of kind of hyping up Max Mogul.
Okay. I will have an action once that becomes apparent to our characters.
Okay. Yeah, you can see on a monitor everything that's happening. It's easy to passively watch. There's monitors of the fight everywhere just so like production people and backstage people know what's going on. Yeah. He announces Max Mogul and people wait.
I'd like to take his place, Harp.
Okay. Okay. Pitch it to me. Pitch it to me.
Okay. So, far step. Orca can move great distances if they can see them, which I imagine line of sight, very
Yep.
possible from this angle.
If you crack open the door Galahad came from because it's closed now, it shouldn't be too hard to do, but you could.
Just
Definitely
a
see the
little
open door.
peek is all I need, and just spend some silly little intellect points, which I am starting to run dangerously low on. Orca will exit with, I'm gonna call it an Orca brand facsimile of Max Mogul, because Orca doesn't have an avatar, but they can change their shape-ish.
Okay. So you want to you essentially want to be like, oh, Max Mogul changed things up for this fight.
For the grand finale.
Okay. Make an intellect check. Just to sell it.
I'm trained in deception.
Okay. I was gonna say it's how much do you think be honest with me. How much do you think Orca knows about arena fighting and beyond that specifically Max Mogul?
I guess that's a question I can have for you as well, because Max Mogul is a famed cheater. Is that something that Orca would ever have interacted with?
No, Max Mogul has really gotten his record clean ever since he started competing in like top 20. He made his way up to like he's number 3 right now,
Right.
challenging Galahad. But yeah, he's really wiped himself clean with that. You might know about it here and there, but it seems like he hasn't since, hitting the big stage.
Okay. Then nothing. Orca would probably not know very much about arena fighting.
Okay. Yeah. You can. All right. It's probably a 4 then. You can still sell it. You've watched Galahad recently, since you've known them, and you've watched them being on stage for now, so you can assume what you have to do.
That's for after deception applied or before?
For base, so you lower it to a 3.
That's a 13 on the die.
Okay. The crowd is flabbergasted. They're surprised. They're like, "What? What's going on?" It's like a different kind of roar from when Galahad, and the announcer seems confused, but essentially says, "I guess he's bringing out something different." He says it much more eloquently and like in a hype way than that. But yeah, that's the effect. They were gonna do this anyways, so I'm just gonna keep it in. The announcer goes, "Galahad, do you have anything to say before the fight?" And a mic rises up in front of you.
Point of order. Can I tell something's fucky with Max? Or does this seem like pretty Max?
This is for sure Orca.
Okay. All right. Okay. I think Galahad just sort of watches this happen, trying not to look absolutely fucking dumbfounded. Will take the mic and, not addressing the crowd, but addressing Max, just say, "Well, I hope he knows what he's getting in for this time around."
The crowd kind of does like a mild like, "Oh," like that's kind of some weak trash talk. But they're still trying to play it up because it's a cool event. You were never the biggest trash talker though, Galahad, I will say.
I'm here for a clean fight, y'all.
And Max, what do you have to say on your last legs challenging for the title?
Orca will take the microphone from the stand, look Galahad just dead in the eye, and just drop the mic.
The crowd goes fucking crazy.
There's like a look of respect there. Like, that is perhaps the most Max Mogul thing you could have done.
It is. You're close enough that you can see Orca's expression very much guessing right now.
That's so funny. How do I want to rule this? Because I was going to have it be like a static check for Galahad to make. Orca, I want to pose the question. I assume the answer is yes. Are you trying to win here?
No.
Oh, okay.
Orca just wanted to talk to Galahad.
Hi, Raiders.
Hi,
how's
Raiders.
It going?
Hush Off Collective.
We're committing fraud.
We've been committing
on like
fraud
a couple levels, I
5
think.
episodes.
Yeah, a lot of fraud. Really. The current situation is they are planning a heist and need to get into a tower, but Galahad is an arena fighter and his opponent didn't show up.
I was trying to keep them occupied and now everyone's here.
And our robot, Orca, has shifted their form and taken his place. my
Chose
god,
quite the
Tay,
way to
stop.
have a conversation.
Tay.
Stop. Oh my
my
god.
goodness.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to. This is a might check for sure. You can purposefully throw if you want, Orca. In which case this will be instead turned to an intellect check for both of you to sell that a fight is actually happening.
Can I just go with intellect now? Because Orca needs this to last
Yeah.
long enough for us to have a conversation. But above table,
Yep.
Orca's might is at 0 right now. They are heavily
Yeah.
impaired.
Yeah, you can for sure just try and make this look like a fight and communicate it. I guess I don't know, it's pretty difficult. I'm gonna say it's another 4. It's not impossible. You know how to fight, so you should know how to almost fight.
Yeah. What are we looking at? Attack deception on there again, if I can.
Yeah, you can for sure do deception here.
Ooh, it's a natural, big, natural 2 not
2?
2 not 2-0.
Oh, 20! Oh, okay. Nice!
Playing up.
Nice. Nice, goddamn, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, you are doing a pretty good job on your end. Galahad, I need the same from you.
Well, here's the thing. I might be trying to kick Orca's ass.
That's fine. too.
I'm not sure yet though. Is kind of where I'm
Make whichever role you want to make.
I'm okay. I'm gonna use an ability if I may.
Pitch it to me.
This is control the field. It does 1 less damage if I do hit. Because instead of focusing on hitting, I am moving the target into a position that is beneficial to me. Essentially.
That absolutely works no
Okay.
matter if you want to do an intellect check or a
Okay.
might check.
Okay, sick. So I will spend the point to do that, except for I have edge, so.
Nice. Solid.
And that's a 4, you said?
Are you doing might or intellect?
Or-
Because this roll will change.
This is a might. I mean, the control the field is a might roll, so.
Okay, then yeah, this is probably a 3 for you. You're good enough at fighting that this is not a big deal.
Okay, cool. And because we are in public, I would like to spend some might to knock that off.
Okay, yep.
Let's see if I'm doing my math correctly here. Cool. So now I have to hit. Ooh, let's see. You've succeeded in throwing Galahad off his rhythm. That is a natural 1. I can't lie to you guys.
What I am going to say for this is that Orca, you successfully communicate to Galahad that you want to make this look like a really good fight and also tell him something, right? Galahad isn't super used to staging fights, and it starts to look like he's losing. You two frame that however you want. What are you doing and what are you trying to tell each other?
I feel like there's a hit that like perhaps Orca like telegraphs and doesn't intend to hit, and it connects, and it definitely shouldn't.
Orca would stagger just a little bit at that, just kind of cock their head. I thought you were good at this.
Oh man, Galahad is fully off of his rhythm right now. I think,
It's understandable.
Yeah, we'll try to go for probably like a dirty blow at that point, just to try to like get the game to look as the crowd is expecting it to at that point. So I think trying to get with the actual intent of probably hitting Orca, hopefully not doing too much damage. But we have to make it look real, and apparently the only way to make it look real is to actually try. Oh god. Okay. How much?
Put some spin on it. Come on.
I don't. Okay. I'm gonna try to do some shenanigans here, and I don't know if it'll work. I think if anyone here was perhaps watching the fight that we opened this entire game on, they would recognize the move that Galahad tries. Because they go like they're going to, you know, essentially a very dirty blow, like has the sword. I imagine Orca's probably over them at this point, like landed a hit that they probably shouldn't have. Goes to stab up, and the sand in the pit under Orca starts to glitch. And I'm gonna try to hack and make it look like I'm hitting, but scoot Orca out of the way, essentially.
Yeah, for sure. Do a roll for that. It's cool as hell, and you've done it before. It's like a 2.
Okay, cool. And I've got the hacking and nonsense for it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless I roll another fucking 1. It's not good, but it's not a 1. It's an 8.
Okay, yeah, you succeed for sure.
What are you doing?
I just figured you'd like to be thrown into the loop on the team stuff before it was too late. Something is
And now
clearly
is-
afoot.
Yeah, and now was the only option.
Would you rather have had a fight look like it was completely thrown asunder by someone missing? Appearances are everything, and it seems Max Mogul is part of that.
Do you know what's going on with him? Just like, I imagine this is happening while we're trading blows. Like,
Yeah, the crowd is losing their minds, so sometimes it's hard to hear each other.
I will send a message to Hyena in post-haste to look into Max Mogul's disappearance. But for now, you must understand, your PA was your PA after all.
there's no way. The information was wrong.
The information wasn't wrong. Your PA's body was the same. There was someone possessing it.
Can we do that? Is that how did we don't have
This
time?
person can.
Who?
Whoever knows who you are, for real.
Everybody knows who I am. I don't hide that.
Now is not the time for games.
I
You must understand, we are in real shit here. They knew about our mission. They knew about Nova. And they know about you.
think Galahad's
Honesty is
expression.
key.
Galahad's expression gets grim for a second. Still trading blows, still trying to make it look as real as possible. So what do we do?
We recoup. We make it look like nothing is wrong with the fight. And we figure out a way to relay information to Nova without them finding out what we're doing.
So business as usual. Can you take a hit, or do we need to keep playing?
Hit me as much as you need.
Okay. Asked and answered.
And the rest of the fight is a trouncing. There's a maximum of 7 rounds. It's over in 4. There was a little bit of doubt in the first round, but it's quickly resolved. It takes a while, though. Doctor and Hyena, what are you doing during this time where you know there is some form of fraud going on in this fight?
Did you know they were going to do that?
full disclosure for everyone, I had to leave for
Yeah.
a second. What did I miss? I'm sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. So
Orca decided to pick a fight with me on public television.
Yes.
Okay.
Orca essentially has successfully played it off that they look like enough like Max Mogul that they've played it off that Max Mogul got some new tech and
Okay.
took his place in the fight.
Okay.
I also the in passing mention the message to you would have been investigate this man's disappearance, please. Smiley face. Or
Oh.
it's like the colon close parentheses.
Yep.
It's not like an actual emote.
I grew up on the webs. I know what that looks like. I guess Hyena would respond. Fuck if I know. I don't know what's happening with anyone anymore. But I do know. I guess I've been asked to look into a guy. At least his disappearance.
The fighter, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Unclear.
That one.
Okay. I, I I don't know what we're supposed to do while they're fighting.
Yeah, it's a little strange.
I didn't expect Orca to jump into the ring like that. But I guess everybody's distracted. The doctor is floundering. The doctor still is like kind of useless right now without direction. Is there any way that you can look into Anna, that PA, the actual one, not whoever that very terrifying person was?
Sure, I can look in, but when I looked at her data right before she logged off, it was pretty regular. Nothing was unusual. I mean, I can look her up.
Yes, yeah, that.
Okay.
Whatever you can find. I'm going to take a peek back if it's been less than an hour at whoever's at the top of the tower.
Yeah, this person is still like in the area, is no longer like crouched down talking to it though. This is a room that you really can't make out. There's wires everywhere. You're not sure exactly where this is, but the entire time she is talking and then sometimes motions to you, as if that she is saying something but just doing something else in the background.
And like she's talking to me or to somebody else about me?
Motions directly to your camera, essentially.
Okay.
And there's nobody else in the room that you can see.
Okay. Well, she's still preoccupied. I don't want to assume. I guess we try to go find, what's his name, Max?
Yeah, Max Mogul. I looked into him before the fight, but I guess they're just gonna physically find where the guy is.
I mean, if he didn't show up, I guess.
Well, he was supposed to be here, so maybe he's still in the stadium?
Do you think we should look together?
Well, I don't know if I really want to see the two of them just beat the shit out of each other. I mean, it's probably entertaining, but I don't really need to do that right now.
Yeah, and I think we need to use the time and the distraction.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. Could you guys, while just looking, just make a intellect check for me? I'm gonna say it's difficulty 3. To kind of find general whereabouts or any clues. In the meantime, while you guys are rolling, hi Raiders, thank you for stopping by.
Hi.
This is a cyber heist game that we are getting into. There's fraud taking place.
If you like dot hack, you'll love us.
Hopefully. What'd y'all roll for that?
I rolled a 12.
Both nice passes.
I decided to use a different dice this time, and it rewarded me, and I got a 20.
Oh my god. Finally.
Nice. Yes. You are pretty quickly able to make your way over to the camp of Max Mogul. It's all the way on the other side of the arena, so it takes a while, right? But his team, so there's somebody in the same kind of uniform, PA uniform ish, just like with badges and denotations. That's kind of talking to some other management. That's just, did he tell you he was gonna do that? He didn't say a damn thing to us. Last time I thought he wasn't there. Last time I saw him was in his green room.
To the green room. I don't need to talk to these guys.
Yeah, you kind of slink your way around them. You found out where Galahad's green room is, and if you kind of apply a mirror philosophy to that, you are able to find Max Mogul's green room. There's nobody in it currently.
Well, this is not going to be as easy as I had hoped.
Yeah. Does the room look like it's been ransacked, or is it just no one's there?
You are looking around, and in the corner of the room, hidden away through your search. Not hidden, maybe well enough. It looked haphazard. There's a knife.
Does it look suspiciously cheap and something was bought like less than an hour ago?
The same model.
If I remember, I know who Max Mogul's real persona was.
Yeah.
Right?
His name was Eric. I forgot his last name, but I can find it.
Okay. While you do that, I want to just do like a quick search. I know it's not going to ping right away, but basically I want something like within the next 24 hours. If his name shows up in any hospital records, I want it to like pop in for me.
Okay.
And
it is Eric Halson.
Halson. Okay.
And sorry, I was too focused on finding that last name. Can you repeat the gist of it to me? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Basically, if his name shows up in any like hospital records or like on any because I mean you have to put your name at least somewhere. Like if it just shows up, I want to be notified. I also I don't know what type of person Eric is, but like I imagine safe practices in the web would be like if someone has a medical emergency, there's like a emergency like automated hotline thing that pops up for you, like contacts your closest family or whatever. Can I at least maybe find out who that should be for him and like have them go like, hey, there's a problem, check out on this guy?
Yeah, you can do all these things. He has like emergency contacts essentially that you have to have for this. Granted, they are old, so not kept up to date. Surely, there's no current hospital records, but you can easily set up a system to notify you.
Yeah, that I assume that this is too recent for anything to pop in, and I'm trying to jumpstart that process.
Yes. Yeah, sounds good. You can do both of these things.
Okay. And I look at the doctor. I'm like, I'll give you one guess where he is.
At least there haven't been two people today.
Yep.
Well, we know that he's gone. We know that Nova and Rose and Galahad are the targets right now for whoever this is. When did Nova say they were going to be here?
30 minutes.
Okay. I don't know if we should proceed with the plan as planned.
Let's get out of the arena. It's really busy here, and we can wait outside for Nova. Send a message to the other two that were outside, and they can sort that out.
Yeah, That's yeah. The doctor will follow.
Everybody does their thing for a bit. The fight doesn't take that long. It was definitely longer. And as some disgruntled, some very happy fans, certainly some fans that won some money tonight, leave. There are only a few people walking into the stadium. One of those is Nova. The two of you standing outside as Orca and Galahad are still caught up in things. See her? What's the problem?
Oh gosh, that's a big question.
Wait, have like big problem for the plan, or big problem for Galahad? Because I don't, you know.
Two things can be true.
Damn it. Okay. Cliff's notes, please, guys.
Orca pretended to be Max. Max is probably been gazed, Andromedaed. I don't know really what the best verbiage is here. And we know this because we ran into not Anna, the PA, who maybe tried to do the same thing to us with a knife that glitched. And not Anna is actually somebody on the top floor who I'm gonna like kind of pull up a picture that I've kind of put together. Looks like this person. I'm gonna turn to Hyena. Is there anything I missed?
I got stabbed in the back.
Hyena did get stabbed. I'm sorry. You're very.
And you're okay?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
also we stopped someone from becoming Andromeda. I'm gonna go with Andromeda.
That sounds better.
I mean, mostly
Orca?
that was Orca. Yeah, that was mostly Orca. I helped, but the fact remains is we stopped it, which is good. But someone can just do something that we're actively trying to prevent.
And I'm not convinced that Orca didn't take damage.
Yeah, that probably didn't. That probably wasn't good for Orca.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. I need to talk to somebody and make sure my wife doesn't find out about this, first of all. She's gonna freak out. If we can keep this all under wraps for the time, not that that's not your two's job. You two are doing great. I want to say that. Not Anna. What did she look like?
I will pull up a picture
Of Anna or of the
of
individual?
what I saw. Yeah, what I saw in the cipher.
This is
Top floor of the tower.
I guess you can look like anything. Listen, the fact that she made a move means she's nervous. So we're doing something right. That being said, when you back a dog into a corner, it bites. Where are the other two? They're still fighting, probably.
Fighting. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, at the end. Okay. You... Actually, before I do this, Orca, the fight's over.
Yeah.
You are supposed to go through the door to Max Mogul's team. What do you do?
I go into the tunnel as though I'm leaving the arena. If there's any team members there, I nod to them before I turn back around and use my far step ability one more time to disappear.
Okay. Yeah. No roll required. Yeah, you do that. And you far step to Galahad's corner, or you far step just away?
What would my options be?
You can far step pretty far down the hallway, like as far as within eye shot. I don't know if you've ever been in like a big basketball stadium, but it's like these slightly curving,
Yeah.
like
We'll
hallways.
do for ease of access. We'll do Galahad's corner. Once
Okay.
I've reconstituted on the other side, I'll beat Orca again. The typical Orca
Okay.
fare.
Right when you two kind of see each other, you get a message that is "Get out here," and it is from Nova.
Oh boy.
So I guess that's a no on the press circuit.
You have
I
other
imagine
things to worry about.
Yes, but as you said, appearances need keeping up. Yeah, let's move. And I think as they're walking, Galahad's like scrolling through like the contacts. Like I never have to go above my PA, but I'm sure there is somebody above my PA because I don't know what the fuck is going on with Anna right now. I don't know where she is or if she is at this point. So I'm just gonna send a message above board. You know, security breach. I'm getting out of here. Sort of being, you know, as vague as possible.
Okay.
Are you going to answer any of my inquiries into your personage? Or am
My
I going to
what?
have to ask Hyena?
What are you asking?
Who are you? What did that person at the top want with you?
The person at the what?
The person who possessed your PA and injured her, nearly gazed her, or whatever you call it.
She what?
Did
She
not wish
gazed
to alarm-
Anna?
Almost.
What do you mean
Anna is
almost?
fine.
You don't almost get gazed.
You do when there's an antivirus software and a master data collector at your fingertips.
Huh. I don't know what she wanted. She wants me to stop whatever it is that we're doing. I mean, she knows something about this plan. Seemed like she wasn't too fond of it. I don't know, you probably got more out of her than I did.
She's intent on spreading the worst kind of virus the net knows. If you're hiding something that can help us, you're an accomplice.
I'm not hiding it. There's nothing that can help if she's trying to spread the gaze. I mean, I know what Nova thinks, and I know what Rose wants us to do. There isn't stopping that.
We saw her say something to you before you went on stage.
She told me to go home.
Why does she know you can do that? Going home is not as easy for the rest of us. It's not something you say to someone. Not in the net.
We could all log out. I mean, okay, we can't all log out. I'm sorry. That's, I don't know, insensitive or something.
It's fine.
I don't know. I assume she wanted me to, you know, log out or whatever.
If you say so. Let's go. Meet our team.
Yeah, okay.
As everybody reconvenes, Galahad disguised, Orca not disguised, but just Orca. The 5 of you meet up, with Nova included. All right, everybody's here. Should we get someplace a little less crowded? We can
Yeah.
talk here too, if we want. I'm sure
We
nobody's
should
listening.
not. I'm kind of skipping out on work at the moment. And
Sure.
there are apparently eyes everywhere, just knowing look at Nova.
All right, car it is. And a car is driven up, and you hop in. It is the same car, very mundane on the outside, but nice and spacious on the inside. Definitely kind of some clown car physics going on. It is driven by Ember, who greets you very cheerfully before giving like a look from Nova. All right, let's talk.
I mean, they know what's up. The jig is up, right? Do we?
No,
How fucked are we?
I don't think we're fucked at all, right?
Well, let's be honest here. We found someone who can do something no one else can do that seems very related to what we're trying to prevent, and has told us to leave you, Rose, and Galahad alone. What's the connection here? Because I don't know. It's not, you know, it doesn't make any dollars because I don't have any sense.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think it's a bold assumption to say this is the person who is guarding or facilitating what we're going after. Yeah? I made it pretty candid. We're going after what can cause Andromeda's gaze.
You didn't tell us it was a person.
Did you know it was a person?
We've been acquainted. I thought it still might be a machine, something she made that can create whatever is causing this. If we take that down, yeah, she's the problem.
She kept calling herself a god. Is there anything to that? How big of a problem is she?
She's a genius. She's the smartest person I've ever met. She's also, as I'm sure you were able to tell, delusional and not right. And in the head, morally, anything.
Why is her hair matted?
I don't know that.
Have
She
you
wasn't.
ever had to brush your hair in here?
Listen, I know what you're getting at. With her, it is just as likely that whatever crazy thing is going on is as it being some sort of grand artistic statement about herself. She's quite fond of those.
Well, you seem to know a lot about her. Can you at least give us a name?
Yeah, her name's Narcissa.
Fucking knew it. Oh, damn it.
You called that one from a mile away.
So, Narcissa. Okay. Unfortunately, that's all I know is her name. But it's good to get a face.
I was I know she corrupted every single database that had any file of hers in it. She threatened to do the same for her employer. So, you might explain it?
Hyena, you said you found this name alongside my mother feels
I found
inappropriate.
I found it when I was investigating our friend here, Cassie.
That's impressive. That's actually really impressive.
Listen,
I
you
thought-
hired the best, and unfortunately, that does have some negative side effects that I do learn more about you than you probably are comfortable with. Um, sorry.
It's okay. I guess it's a good thing for now.
And while I'm at it, just real quick before we drop away from this, it was Narcissa's name that popped up with you getting hired by Engine Soft. But also Marcus Washington. Anything that he might be involved with this? Just want to throw that out so I can clear the board a bit.
Marcus is a pretty normal guy. I don't think he has much to do with this. I think the two were on a conversational basis, but we had exchanged some words of distaste for Narcissa when we knew each other. I obviously I didn't last long there. He did.
Yeah, it seems he's still part of R&D. Okay.
Wait, so you know Narcissa personally. Does Rose know her?
Rose knows her quite well. Yes.
Would you care to elaborate?
It's not. There's more important things. You're right.
No. I would like to follow this thread through.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's more important things than my hang-ups. Sorry. Yeah, that's her niece.
Okay, so I have two connections here. And then I look at Galahad.
So does the doctor.
But what do you have to do with her?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever met her.
She killed him.
Once.
She what?
She killed him. Before he came back anyways, I guess.
Ah.
There is a very stern look thrown at Nova.
I knew.
Listen, I had to put the cards on the table.
Everyone is making sounds as though they understand what's going on. Can we...
Long story short, Galahad here is not the original Galahad.
That's a long shot. It's public knowledge. I got hit with the gaze a couple years ago.
That's fine. That's what happened. I get that. But I also know your avatar is hacked. I also know, and he pulls up the message from Bultingen. This happens to be me. I'm sorry. Just playing a little trick on you. But the fact remains you didn't really give up too much information, and it's getting too dangerous for me to play this game. I was harmed. It really messes with my perception of things. Let's keep it real. You are not the original Galahad. That's fine. I don't care. That's what you do with your time. But I want to know what you have to do and why we have to worry about being near you.
I don't know what she wants with me, other than that she wants me to log out and not come back.
Nova, you said that she killed Galahad?
I mean, I didn't see it, but I can add 1 + 1.
So what, you think she wants to finish the job?
I don't know. We didn't talk. What I will say is that she gets obsessed about things. I don't, frankly, know what you have to do with either me or Rose. I think
We're
it's
on the
probably
same
just a
page there.
coincidence that we're on the same list. But regardless, she killed Galahad for a reason. We don't know what the reason is.
Maybe he got too close to something.
He was pretty buddy-buddy with the higher-ups at Enginesoft. I'm sure that was a harsh awakening for you the first time you had to talk to, Inessa. Not exactly the warmest conversationalist. Talks exclusively in subtext, it feels like, a lot of the time.
Yeah, that sounds like her. So what, we think she's trying to get close to Inessa? Get to the top of Enginesoft?
I don't know what she wants. I never have. She does things that are confusing and dumb and delusional constantly. I don't know what this is. I know we have to stop it, though. Yeah?
Stop it. You mean kill her? This is a person we're talking about now, Nova.
Barely. You want to know how many people she's killed and not in the gaze? She's a monster.
How do you expect us to beat her? She almost gazed Anna and she was about to cut Doctor. And quite frankly, she got the slip on Hyena and myself. And I consider myself to be quite the proficient combatant.
I don't think you have to beat her in a fight. I think there's a lot of ways to go about it. I think you can put significant pressure on, Enginesoft by breaking in and fucking up all their systems, if you'd like. I think you could maybe find a way to talk to her, reason with her. This is my path that I have the least faith in. Maybe you could unplug her, if that's what you're getting at, Orca. There has to be a way. She wouldn't be this nervous if there wasn't a way, right? If this was all for nothing, then there's no reason she would have threatened you. Told you to go home. Put a target on me and Rose now at this point. Right? She played a card, and for as smart as she is with everything, she's impulsive. She's scared. She doesn't think things through the way you or I might.
Okay. So what's she doing now?
Has it been within an hour?
Mm-hmm.
I think we have the same idea.
Yeah.
We both, the Dr. Galahad both pull up a HUD.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of your ciphers are still with her. It's weird that they went through there, but maybe she chose to take them. And it seems that she's no longer talking. She has a sign, a small whiteboard. It just says in incredibly sloppy handwriting, "Don't cross that line."
Can I
Both of your
see?
ciphers can see this.
Can I see? Because I think the cipher that I had is perhaps less visual and more spatial. I think
Okay.
like it's more of like making like
Okay.
a map. Can I see how
Mhm.
she got to where she is? Like, can I see the path that she took?
Something is either weird with your software wasn't planned for this. There is a direct line from where Anna was to the top of Engine Soft Tower.
Wonderful, excellent, cool.
And there's kind of like a time, assigned to every movement. It was instantaneous.
Cool. This information is shared with the class.
So we got someone who can just possess people and
Be wherever she wants to be.
great.
I will say, from what you've told me, it sounds like the only reason she could possess Anna is that she gave her a corrupted item that allowed her access.
That's true. Was that
I don't think
badge?
this person was as cautious as you all, I guess, in other words, Hyena. Right?
Yeah, I think they're a little cocky, and I mean, hey, they got the slip on us.
Question, Harp. Do I still have that stuff contained? Like, have I fully destroyed it, or have I just like quarantined and nullified it, like you would do with a viral file?
Your body has almost neutralized it, like an acid and base reaction, essentially, where it's just now it's nothing. You are weaker than you were before.
Oh yeah.
So it has taken something out of you as well.
If there's still like fragments left, is there a possibility I could perhaps attempt a reverse of what she did?
This is another crazy high check, Orca.
I know.
It's an
I
8
know.
again.
I'd like to ask the three of you for assistance with something, being as you are all proficient with computers.
I'm also proficient with computers.
How was I supposed to know that?
Alright, no, you're right.
No
All right.
offense, but that information was not relayed to me. I was told that the
There's-
other lady was good with computers.
Morgan is probably better with me than... Okay, fucking do your thing.
And Orca will sort of present a little bubble of that, like the glitchy stuff that was on Anna. I'd like to reverse engineer this. I don't think I could do this alone. But I'm the safest containment unit we have.
Galahad visibly shrinks away from it.
The doctor does the same.
It can't hurt you. It is staying entirely contained within me. I just need you guys to help with the code.
Okay.
Get at the code without getting at it.
Well, Orca's a virus containment program. The virus is in Orca. Orca is slowly neutralizing it. We need to interface with Orca to interface with it. Theoretically, we will be fine. But
Theoretically.
Consider me a virtual computer.
a computer within a computer, a virtual computer, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. The worst case scenario is we shut down the virtual computer. But does
Worst
that
case
shut you down?
scenario.
I have been turned off before.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to go and face whatever that is in the tower if we can't have some kind of defense, because I can't rely that Orca will be able to just save me, you know?
I am sorry you got stabbed.
Me too. Me too, buddy.
If I knew how uninitiated you were as far as come here. Hi, buddy.
Tater has entered the chat.
Very
Has
opinionated.
entered the chat. He is being. If I had known how inexperienced you were at fighting, I would not have taken you to beat up Anna.
I'm sorry, you beat her up?
We did not know that she was the same Anna at the time. We thought she was a fraud.
I mean, you did stab her, so I don't know if beaten is
Is
the
my
word.
PA okay?
She logged out.
Of her own volition?
Yes.
Yeah.
I should not leave you guys alone anymore. That's on me, actually.
You really shouldn't blame yourself for other people's actions. It's a good way to put yourself into a lot of guilt that is completely unnecessary. Take me, for example.
Do you feel guilty for what you do?
Never.
Oh.
Why would I feel
I've
guilty?
misunderstood what you're saying.
Oh, I'm just saying I don't care about what I do, so I care about what other people's do. Like,
Oh.
doesn't make any sense. Like, you
It's a
stabbed that
strong
girl.
philosophy.
You stabbed that girl. Oh well, she's not dead.
Correct. I did not attempt to gaze her.
I'm just gonna say maybe we shouldn't call it that. I really want to go to the drama.
Why not?
I could bring you some interesting 20 and 21st century literature on human sexuality, but that's a whole nother conversation we don't need to have right now.
Let's get to the program.
Yeah. I'll help.
All right.
I will
JC,
also help, but I'm
it's
letting
your
somebody else touch it first.
I need to know how many people are helping and what my difficulty is.
Difficulty is still 8.
Okay.
The doctor will reluctantly help.
I
That's
will
down to
help if
6. Is
someone else
Nova
touches
helping?
it first.
I don't think she can.
Why did you pipe up?
I thought you were good at computers.
Orca really has just had an attitude adjustment in the last hour and a half.
Orca got the SAS download.
Orca does not take
Means
kindly
business.
to virus spreaders or liars. Those are the two things.
Oh jeez.
False information is like a virus, you know?
That's what
Ooh.
they think.
It's like a mimic virus, you know?
That explains a lot.
So I'm
actually.
getting 2.5 helpers because Galahad refuses to go near the stuff.
I will help if somebody else touches it first and doesn't die. I just need proof that this virtual computer situation will work and not kill me again. I feel like that's a reasonable caveat.
Okay, so like 15.5 DC.
How do you roll half a die?
I'm helping.
It just
I'm
means it
being
doesn't beat it
reluctant.
anymore.
Oh shit! Of course,
Okay.
this is the one where it does in fact need
I
it.
have a software skill for this.
Okay.
Down to 4. I just need to beat a 12.
Okay.
Come on.
It's almost 50-50. It's close.
Give or take a
in a
ham
way.
sandwich.
It's 60-40.
It's almost 50-50.
Thank God.
Okay, you had me.
Yeah.
It's because it was upside down, so I didn't see that the numbers on the die look confusing. That's a 15 dead on. I'm
Okay,
so sad
nice.
there's not like modifiers. I like having numbers to add.
What I will say is you grab a hold of this chaos. It is truly just digital chaos. It is completely unpredictable within yourself, and there is still that little memory that your body has of neutralizing it, and with some reverse engineering, you can emulate some of the chaos. You can't emulate an infinite source of it, like the dagger was. Or like Anna, briefly, was. But you are able to capture it for a moment. It's a bit tiring, I guess. But you have it for a moment. The dagger, just for a brief moment, lights up with that glitch. And then dissipates. Importantly, you know that you could do this again. You got one shot.
It's good we're going to get a rematch.
The doctor. It is nearing the 1 hour time limit of your cipher. I guess Galahad as well would see this. Right after this happens, she frantically erases thing on her whiteboard and rewrites, "I felt that." Would you like to see something?
The doctor is nodding, even though that's useless.
Yeah. She looks at the camera and smiles and moves to do something. And it hits the 1 hour time limit. The picture
Son of a
freezes.
bitch, Harper.
The doctor, though. Every machine you have made has had a tracker in it. These long discarded. Though some of your creations you do reclaim. The trackers don't generally last that long. You have notifications for them and where they go, just because it's a hobby. It's where you're interested. Every single tracker you have ever made, long discarded, or recently found, all of them blink simultaneously. And most of them are at the very top of Enginesoft Tower. That's where we're gonna end it off for tonight. We're gonna heist tomorrow.
Harp, I need you to get so close right now.
What's up? Hi.
How dare you?
I'm Harp.
I'm hard.
Jeez.
Yeah, thanks for joining us for Project Extraction, everybody. Let's go in reverse order of what we did. So a clockwise thing is gonna go Logan, then Kian, then Kit, then me. I'll jump in there, and then JT to end things off. So Logan, tell us who you played, where you can find you, what you do.
Hi, I'm Logan. I played Hyena. I hope I was entertaining for the evening. You can find me on the internet most places as Logan the GM. Um, Outside of this, where you can catch me every other Thursday, you can catch me on Girl by Moonlight, a just not Girl by Moonlight. That's the game system. Jeez, Bloom and Blight, a Girl by Moonlight podcast where I play the wonderful Victor, also known as Wolfsbane. He's like Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, but a twink. That's the best way to describe him. And I know, like,
so good.
well, here's the thing: like, his character is changing, and I don't know if it's going to be the best descriptor. But Vegeta also changes, so there's that. You know, it's how it goes. But you can catch me there. You can catch me on Apochromatic every once in a while. We're an all POC tabletop collective, doing all kinds of fun things, trying to get some balls moving on. We're not balls, whatever. You know what? I am tired. It's 11 o'clock where I live. I'm just going to pass it and just say thank you all so much for watching. This has been fantastic. I might have to go hunt a bat in a second. So bye.
Do I get to go?
Yeah, it's you.
This is so exciting to get to go before Kit and JT and Harp because we all steal each other's thunder. Hi, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, he. You can find me on the interwebs at uptight_chiffon, uptight-chiffon, depending on where you're hanging out. I am here every other Thursday. I will be in the Less Than Dust finale when we are able to get that recorded. Every other Monday, I am here for Taskmaster, Minecraft Taskmaster. It's going great. We're really, really good at it collectively as a group. We're doing awesome. Every other Tuesday, I am here for our Masks horror game. They call us Villains. Super rad time. Some Wednesdays, I'm over at High Shelf Collective for Beacons. Beacons of Farlight, that is our Beacon actual play. We're on Arc 2. Other times, I'm over on Lost Caravan playing Nova Season 2. I adore that cast. I adore those characters. So it's great. We're processing all of our trauma. Coming up, I will be hanging. Oh, I'm also going to be on a 2-shot of Old Gods of Appalachia on Lost Caravan. Every other Saturday on Lost Caravan, I get to do Fabula Ultima, our Fabula Ultima campaign, Fatal Ascension. I've got a campaign here coming up. I've got a couple more projects that I can't talk about yet. So follow me on social media. That is where you will hear about it first. I don't know who's next, but I'm done.
Kit. It's Kit time.
It's Kit time. It's me. Thank you, Kian, for doing like 60% of my job for me. For once, it is this way around and not the other. Hello. I am Kit. You can find me most places on the internet at Kit Roll or on some few other places at Kit Roll Cause. Coming up, as previously mentioned, Beacons of Farlight over on High Shelf. It's an absolutely banner game. I'm a little AI in that one. It's delightful. We all are totally playing the same game as each other and nothing is going wrong. Do not worry about it. Every other Thursday, you can find me right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. Fridays and Saturdays, you can find me over on Live from the Apocalypse with A Season of Secrets and Shadows, Season 3. It's 2 tables, 1 narrative, all Regency-flavored monstery romance. I play a country girl turned vampire turned court-goer, turned, like, slightly unhinged Milo Thatch sort of situation. It's been a weird one. She's going through it. But it is a delightful little game. I adore that cast immensely. As Kian also mentioned, every other Saturday over on Lost Caravan, you can catch Fatal Ascension. I'm also a robot in that one. Don't worry about it. I promise I'm not a robot in real life. A delightful little game. And then, of course, also as previously mentioned, Bloom and Blight. If you like magical girls, if you like queer narratives, if you like stories of prying hope from the grips of defeat, catch our goofy little show. You can find it wherever you find any of your podcasts. If it's not there, let me know. I'll put it there. It's a threat and a promise. If you want episode announcements, clips, things like that, you can find us on all socials, essentially at Bloom and Blight. We just announced our return from hiatus today. So keep your eyes peeled for next week. Well, we will be returning. But to find basically all the information that you could possibly want about our goofy little show, cast and character information, transcripts of our episodes, and a link to the Discord server for the podcast network, Dareful Archives. You can go to bloominblight.com. I think that's all I've got. Take it away, Harp.
Hi, I'm Harp. I do way less than everybody else who has talked. And actually, I genuinely think every single thing I do in the TTRPG space has been talked about. So I'm actually not gonna say anything else about that. It rules. I do make music. I made the theme for Beacons of Farlight that you can nominate for a crit award if you want to. You can also listen to it and decide for yourself. That's probably the best course of action, is listen to it. If you don't really fuck with it, then don't do that. I don't want like a pity nomination, I guess. It's fine. If you do that, that's very nice though. I do appreciate it. But yeah, nothing else music related that anybody has said on this so far. But I'm almost done, and completely unrelated to anybody in this cast. I'm almost done with one of my music commissions, and might be opening up some more. Yeah, I also make video essays. That's my other thing. I make video essays. I'm gonna stream it. I stream like most of the process if I'm feeling like it. That includes editing and filming, and it did include scripting, but I'm not gonna be scripting this video for a while. It's just gonna be editing and filming. It's an incredibly frustrating process. So if you want to be frustrated with me and laugh about it, then it's twitch.tv/harping. Yeah, that's really it, y'all. JT, you wanna
Yeah.
please?
So like a lot of this, all of this stuff that I'm in has been announced, but buckle up because I have to talk about the entire goddamn channel. Which, by the way, same vein as Harp, nominate us if you want to. We count for an upcoming Twitch indie TTRPG channel. Very cool. Just if you want, if you feel like it. I'm JT. I'm at WeebGeet all over the internet. I'm also at Entropy Emporium all over the internet because this channel has a social media presence for the most part. I posted a couple linkies in chat. We are, as always, raising money for a charity. Right now it is Palestine Children's Relief Fund. You can join our Discord. We do community nights. Last one was we watched Psych. The one before that was Jackbox Games. They've been a lot of fun. And we're probably going to do another one this month, time permitting. Tuesdays, they call us villains. Wednesdays, nothing, because I'm on Beacons. I run that game, and I'm in Nova. I do not run that one. Thursdays is this, and an upcoming Girl by Moonlight campaign that we're all very excited for. Some of the promos have been shared with me, and they're very, very exhilarating. You'll see some familiar faces in that one, plus some new ones. Fridays, Lusted Dust, soon to be 5e campaign run by me, because I was like, we should have an ongoing campaign. That is, they call us villains, which is technically not ongoing. But will probably end up that way because the cast is frothing at the mouth more than anyone I've ever seen. Yes, sir.
I forgot to announce this about this game, but we're taking the next week off.
Oh, yes. We might do something on stream still, Harp and I, if they want to. But
We'll talk.
We'll see. We'll talk. We're in talks. Other than that, everything else I'm in, Season of Secrets and Shadows has been mentioned. So that's all that they wrote from me. We are going to raid Happy Jack's RPG because they're the only people streaming right now that I'm even remotely aware of. So I will get that set up for us. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Say good night, cast.
Good night, cast.
Good night,
Hi.
cast.
Good night, cast.
Good night, cast.